Let us learn some MapReduce design patterns using Stack Overflow examples. First, we will learn summarization pattern. Examples of summarization patterns are counting words, calculating min and max, counting records, calculating average, calculating median and standard deviation. What is summarization pattern? In summarization pattern, records are grouped together by the key field. For each key, there will be a group of records. The numerical aggregation is calculated for each group so that you get overall statistics of the larger data set. That was all about summarization pattern. Let's take a Stack Overflow example to demonstrate summarization pattern. The problem given here is, given a list of user comments, determine the first time and the last time a user commented and the total number of comments from that user. By doing such analysis, you will get to know the user behavior on Stack Overflow website. By determining the first time and the last time a user commented, you will get to know how active a user is on this website. And by determining the total number of comments from a user, you will get to know how much a user contributes to the comments in the Stack Overflow website. In the similar way, you can do various other analysis on the given dataset. Let's see the actual program. This is our MapReduce program. It processes the comments dataset and determines the first time and the last time a user commented. It also counts the total number of comments from each user. Before we understand the program, let's see the comments dataset. Here is the comments dataset. It is downloaded from Stack Overflow website. It contains data from 2008 to 2014. It is an XML file. Each comment is represented using an XML element. There is one comment per line. Each comment is identified by the comment ID. Each comment has a post ID. Post ID is a unique ID to identify a question or an answer on the Stack Overflow website. So this comment might be a comment for a question or an answer. Next we have the score of the comment. With this field, they can determine the quality of the comment. Some people may simply comment just for the sake of commenting, and some people's comment may be really useful. So this field is used to determine the quality of the comment. The text field contains the actual comment. From the creation field, we will get to know when was this comment commented. Finally, we have the user ID of the user who commented this comment. Since there is one comment per line, we can use text input format as our input format. In that case, offset will be the key and the comment will be the value. We can use creation date to determine when was the first time a user commented and when was the last time a user commented. To count all the comments for each user, we have to group all the comments per user. So clearly we can use user ID as the key. Let's understand the code now. As usual, configuration object is created. Input and output path are passed as arguments to the main function. Next, the job object is created. Mapper class is set and reducer class is set. Combiner class is also set. In summarization pattern, most of the time the combiner class and the reducer class will be same. So reducer class is used as the combiner class here. Here the data type of the output key is text. That's because user ID is the key in this example. And user ID is string in comments dataset. Hence output data type of the key is text. The data type of the output value is not a basic Hadoop data type. It is not text data type, nor it is int writable data type, nor it is long writable data type. In fact, it is a user defined data type. In our example, we have to calculate 3 things for each user. We have to calculate when was the first time a user commented. That is the minimum creation date. We have to calculate when was the last time a user commented. That is the maximum creation date. And finally, we have to calculate the total number of comments from each user. So all the 3 items are bundled together in this class, and an object of this class will be emitted as value. That's the reason we are using custom written data type. Also, whenever a custom data type is written for the keys and values, writable interface has to be implemented. After implementing the writable interface, read fields function and write function has to be overridden. Read fields function deserializes byte stream to objects, and write function serializes objects to byte stream. Let's see the mapper class. As said earlier, text input format is the input format. So offset is the key and comment is the value. User ID is the map output here. Since user ID is the map output, text is the data type of the map output. And the data type of map output value is custom data type, which contains min date, max date and the total number of comments of a user. Simple date format converts the date given in this pattern to the date object. Here we have a simple utility program that converts XML element to Java map data structure. Creation date and user ID are extracted from the Java map data structure. User ID is set as the map output key. Creation date is set as both min date and max date. Actual min date and max date will be computed in the combiner class and in the reducer class. Numerical 1 is set as the count. That is, every time a comment is encountered in the mapper function, we will set the count to 1. Later all these ones will be added in the combiner function and in the reducer function to get the actual count. Finally, we are emitting the key and value. Value is nothing but the object containing min date, max date and the total number of comments. Let's see the reducer code. As said earlier, reducer input data type must match mapper output data type. Hence, key data type is text and value data type is the custom data type. Final output is also same as the map output. That is, user ID is the key and the custom object is the value. Hence the same data type. All the values from each user ID is grouped together and passed to the reduce function. In the reduce function, we loop through all the values and calculate min date, max date and the total comments count. Finally, we write the output. Let's run this program and check the output. I am running this program on the local system. Also, the input path and the output path is already configured as we did in the word count example. This is our output. For each user, we have calculated when was the first time the user commented and when was the last time the user commented. And we have also computed the total number of counts. That was all about summarization pattern. Thank you for listening to this session.